Hello Minecrafters, this is Takeanarrow, and today I'm chilling out on the CT server. I've just been grinding up some mobs just because I've been trying to collect some gunpowder for my latest project. This isn't it, by the way, this is just my mob farm, but I thought I'd start off here because I've added a creeper filter in. It's not, doesn't filter them 100%, but it's actually pretty good, and so I thought I'd show it off a bit. So if we head up here, I'll give you a little tour. Further up, I think. So basically I'm making use of Creeper's fear of ocelots, and the way it works is, so as you can see, the mobs drop down here, travel down here. There's a tripwire there which activates redstone signal and opens this for a short amount of time. Should only let one mob through. They fall down there, and if we, yep, over here, and he's not going. Why is he not going? There we go. So yeah, what happens is they drop down here. This is all part of the that tripwire. It's running on a clock. So basically, sends a signal. There's a delay. There's another trapdoor there, and then the mobs have like a couple of seconds to quickly jump off. Most of the mobs won't try and jump up there, apart from creepers, because of the ocelot. They try and run away from it. And then can't get too close when there's a. And then the creepers drop down there. The other mobs there, and then they end up down here. So there's 46 entities here at the moment. Only the mobs wearing armor will survive here, so we can kill all these guys off. And basically, and then there's a few in there, as you can see. Basically, the reason that I want to keep the creepers alive is because I've been making use of the looting effect. And if you haven't seen what happens already, basically, if you kill mobs with some kind of ranged attack like a splash potion or arrows, and if you manage to change to a looting sword before the mob dies, so for instance, if I throw this splash potion of harming at the creepers, I'll change to my looting sword before it hits them, and I'll actually get the effect of the looting as if I'd killed them with the looting sword, but I won't take durability on the sword, and it will kill a lot of mobs a lot faster. So, and the other thing is because I've got skeletons and zombies in here, the harming potion will actually heal them, not hurt them, which does make it a little bit useful for trying to work out how much gunpowder I'm getting, because I can take the 41 entities that are there now, although some of that's from items that are probably sitting back here. So 40 plus a few entities that will be around in this direction, and then I can I'll minus what's left after I've killed the creepers, and then I can get a rough idea of how many I killed and work that out with how much gunpowder I've got. So as you can see, some creepers are still falling down here, but not that much. I mean, that's 10 and possibly, a good 30 creepers in here. I'm happy with that. And some of them have probably died anyway, so let's give this a go. So basically, if I throw this and I quickly press 1 on the hotkeys, change to my looting sword, and I should get the looting effect. So let's give it a go. So there you go. As you can see, what do we got? We got 41 gunpowder on me. Throw that in there. Plenty of XP. Oh, there's another bit there. have to. And it's still coming through, so and then now, so it's about not quite a stack and a half, and there's still 10 here, so yeah, it's about 30, so stack and a half. That's about 3 gunpowder per creeper roughly. So I think some of it is still, I had to change all this around here because there was a big wall here, and I think some of it was actually glitching through the wall and going into the water. Some of that's still possibly going through with the lower blocks. So I mean, this place needs a big overhaul. It's pretty messy and the netherrack and that, but it's useful for what I've needed. I've been collecting tons of gunpowder for the latest project that I've been doing, so I'll gather some materials and I'll head over there. Alright, so here we are at my latest project's HQ. I just built this as a quick storage and a bit of a safe place so I don't get killed by creepers and that when I walk through the portal. So I'll just head down there now. Should I turn that right off? Didn't I? There we go. Right, so I'll just ignore this for now. Alright, so basically what happened was I was dungeoning. I was caving for some dungeons because I wanted to find some name tags because I was going to work on something else, another thing. I stumbled across this. At first I wasn't too worried about it, I carried on. Now I was kind of thinking to myself, well, zombie spawners now in the server are pretty useless. Like, we've got the Ender farm and the Blaze farms for XP, we've got there's some of the guys have got skeleton farms for bone meal and also the armor that they drop as well. What else? Cave spider spawners for eyes and that, but the only use that you can get from zombies now that we've got everything else set up is possibly some is to cure some villages, zombie villages, and start a village, but you only really need 2, and then you don't. This spawner's useless basically. So I thought with the recent changes, well, they're not that recent anymore, but the changes in 1.6, quite often people have mentioned that night times become a bit of a zombie apocalypse, just because of the behaviour changes with the zombies now. So I thought, well, hell, why not make a game out of it? Let's have some fun with these zombies now that their behaviour's been changed. So what I came up with was an idea for like a zombie apocalypse game. So at the moment I'm just calling this Zombie Apocalypse 1.0 because I know that there's going to be tons of changes and we can update it as we go. But so basically the idea is that mobs will spawn, they'll drop into this, there'll be water down here, they'll get pushed through a little water carrier conveyor thing, and they'll come in here to a water elevator and they'll go up into an arena and they'll be held in like a holding area where they'll sit, and once you've got however many zombies you want, you can start the game basically. So this here will be, well, this redstone blocks here are where you need to stand to activate both zombie spawners at the same time. You can also get that cave spider spawner going. I'm not sure what to do with that. Yeah, this one anyway. There's another one that I'm going to be working with that's actually in the arena. But basically this is going to be the control room. I've got a few ideas for some different game options, and I'll go through that in a minute. But this will basically be where someone will have to stay here AFK for a bit until you've got how many zombies you want. You'll choose I'll have like a control panel in there somewhere as well that you can change your game modes or game options, and that's probably where you activate the game. But if we head upstairs, so this is what I've been using all the gunpowder for, just to clear out this room. It's a 81 block diameter circle, 10 blocks high, and I've used a ton of gunpowder in here as well. I've probably used easily over 10 stacks. Still got a little bit more to go, but most of it's been cleared out, so it's good. And another thing is I actually had 2 of these cave spider spawners. I had another one over there as well, but I accidentally blew the other one up with some TNT, so now I'm back down to 1. But so the idea is mobs will come up here, or the zombies will come up here, and in here I'll have some sort of a holding area, and when the game starts they'll be released, and there'll be all sorts of obstacles in here that you can climb over. Nothing I want to try and make it so that anywhere you can go, a zombie can go as well, so there's no hiding spots where you can just camp and kill zombies. And so it's going to be a survival game mainly. And the idea with this is it's going to be like a risk versus reward sort of area. What I want to do is I want to have it so that it can be toggled, so you can down in the control panel area you can choose whether you want it on, an easy mode, and a harder mode. And the idea that I'm going to do is I'm going to work with pistons and lighting. And what I'll do is, for off, obviously there'll be no spaces that the cave spider can spawn in. And for easy, I'll just have a few blocks get pulled away by pistons, and it'll leave a couple of spaces that the cave spiders can spawn. I'm going to try and keep it so that not too many cave spiders can be spawned, because if you get hit by a cave spider, obviously you get poisoned, and it's going to be pretty hard to come back from there, especially when you got possibly 100 zombies after you as well. So that's the idea of that. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for a reward, like probably a beacon or health potions, or maybe an enchanted sword or something that you get if you come over into this area. But obviously they're going to have to stay in this area for a while, because if they just run and pick up whatever they need and run out, they're probably not going to be bothered by the cave spiders. So I need to set it up so that there's a reason to kind of sit in this area rather than just run in, grab whatever you need and run out. So that'll be that one. Another option I want to have is these big 7x10 walls that I've got each on the 4 sides. I want to turn them into like kind of like a team area, so you'll respawn back in there. But what I want to do is I want to add it so you can change like how many lives you'll have. So I'll probably go with you only have 1 life, so there'll be a bed in there. You'll sleep in it before the game starts, and you can toggle how many lives you want. So when you die in here, you'll respawn in there, and if you chose to have 1 life, so you die in here, you've lost your life, you can't get back in, there will be a door that's closed, or a piston wall or something that'll close up. You could also have 3 lives, so after you've run in here, what would that be, twice, so you'll run through a tripwire. After you've run through that tripwire twice, it'll close the doors. 5 lives, so you'll get 4 chances to run through there, and then you'll have unlimited. I'm not going to worry about doing more than 5, because I don't think you're going to die like 20 times and need to adjust it for that. But the only issue I'll have is if you have teams, and obviously if you give yourself 3 lives and you've only got a team of say 3, basically each person could die once, or one person could die twice and another person once. So it might be best if that's just left on unlimited lives. What else do I want to add? I've got tons. I've been thinking about adding like classes and that, but I don't think I'll do that at this stage anyway. We'll see how, once I connect it all up, get the cave spider spawner worked out and the lives worked out. We'll see how. And also I need to add like obstacles as well, and different platforms and stuff like that, so you can fight around and just tidy up the area as well. So I think the first thing I want to do is organise an on-off for in here. Connect the tubes to the roof, into the arena, so that they've got an area to drop into, holding area, and some kind of timer, so that when you're ready you can flick it on, and then there'll be like a countdown. And what will happen is it'll count down, maybe say from 5, and then when you get down to 2, what it will do is it will open one block up all around the holding area, so that all the zombies can get a fix on the players, and so the players will be kind of held in a small area around here as well, just so that they can't just run off and hide behind some blocks, and then the zombies will never see them, and then they'll just avoid fighting, and then they'll be last man standing if you're playing like a survival kind of game, like last man standing kind of game. So I've also recruited some help from Amadasi. He's going to help me like just with the look side of it. He's going to work out like a good pattern for the walls, and probably some other stuff later on when we get to it. But at the moment we're in the early stages of the game, so I still need to clear out that, and so I might do a bit of work, and I'll come back after I've got a bit done. Alright, so I've got both these spawners hooked up so that I can turn them on and off. What I did was I put 4 lamps, 1 lamp on each side and a lamp on the top. At the moment I'm just going to activate it here with a lever, but I just ran some wire around the sides. The wire powers this block here, and then there's the lamp just on the other side here, so that gets powered there. Then the repeater pulls the signal from that block, carries it on to this one here. There's another lamp behind there, same on the other side as well. Then I've got a lamp on top of the spawner, and then what happens is signal gets sent up here to this block, which powers this piston here, which pushes what's a sticky piston, so it pushes the pushes and retracts the redstone block down onto that lamp, which powers it. And having it up there also helps to stop mobs spawning on top of the spawner, which gets them stuck, so then they'll just drop straight down there. As soon as they're in there, they're outside of the spawner's range, so the spawner doesn't count the mobs that are inside this water against how many can spawn in there. They'll travel along there and then up this water elevator. I've already got one in there, I had it on before, so I'll keep this glass so when you're standing here you can actually see how fast they're going through. So I'll just flip this off. As you can see, the redstone block gets retracted, so and anytime now. What's the light level here? It's 8, so yeah, that's good. Why's it taking so long? Let's try this side. Wait, I don't think that these are inside there. They shouldn't be inside. No, there we go. 2 more. And then over here exactly the same. This one has 1 block lower, so that was instant. So I don't know, that's strange why it's not working quite right over here. Why is it taking so long? Okay, 3 spawns, so no, it's pretty good. So we'll switch that off for now. So I've only got them going up to there at the meantime. Up here I've got to sort out exactly how it's going to work into a holding area, what it's going to look like, whether it's the size of it. I don't want it too big because then it will and I need the players sort of in their own little holding areas before the game begins, so that the zombies can track the players. Otherwise, like I was saying earlier, they could just run and hide behind stuff. If we have a look over here, I've been messing around with the spider spawner. This is... oh, there's a creeper over there too. Yeah, so this is kind of what I want to do to toggle whether this is on easy or on hard. I've only set it up for easy at the moment, so you'll only have 4 blocks that retract and allow spiders to spawn. Everywhere else the light level's high enough that they shouldn't spawn anywhere else. If I need to, I can extend this out, because this is only a 5x5x3 area, whereas they can spawn in an 8x8x3 area, so I could actually bring this out a little bit further. So these four blocks here will retract when I pull this down, when I pull that lever, and it'll create 4 spaces that spiders can spawn in, so they won't be spawning too frequently that you start getting overrun by spiders. But then I'll add in more pistons. Possibly all of these, this bottom row will be pistons that can be retracted, and that'll make it like the hard level. And the reason I want to do that is because I need like a reasonably, like I need a lot more space that spiders can spawn in to increase the rate quite a lot more. Because if I was to make it so that so I got 4 for easy, if I had 8 for hard, you wouldn't actually see twice as many spawns, just because of how the way that the spawner works. It won't just double just because there's double the amount of space that it can spawn in. So I'll probably add pistons into this entire bottom area, and then they'll be able to spawn in this entire second level here. So as you can see, there's no spiders spawning at the moment, and I am within range of the spawner, which is basically just below that cobblestone block. But if I pull this back, I'll see how fast they spawn. They should only be able to spawn inside these 4 spaces here, and that is random, so I might need to increase it a bit more. Yeah, I still need to figure out what I'm going to use as like the reward for staying in this area. So I think maybe a regen beacon, or yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet. Could even have to come here to stand on a pressure plate, and the pressure plate will start a timer, and you've got to be there for like, yeah, there we go, there's one there. I'll focus off. The only problem with spiders is they track you, so you could actually bug them out by yeah, well, that's the gist of what I want to sort out there. Might have to change how many blocks are open, but I think I'll leave it at 4 for now, and maybe when the game's running, if it feels like we need faster spawn rates, or we need to change it a bit, then we can later on. But where did you come from? I think he spawned down here. There we go. So that's all I got so far. Hopefully, probably leave it there, and hopefully next time things could be smoothed out a bit more. Start working on like a switchboard for the spider spawner. So there's going to be off, easy, and hard. I'll have to sort out some more pistons. Dusty might have started to work on the walls, and yeah, I think I'll leave it there for today anyway. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.